Oh my God, here you guys are. I'm so glad you made it. I was getting started without you because I didn't know when you were going to show up. So here you are. Let's dive into our chair practice. Hey guys, so actually what we're going to do is we're going to come and stand first, and we're going to be using the chair as a way to balance for us. Now, if the chair is a little low, maybe come up and use the wall, but the chair is a really nice way to create a little bit of support for us. So if you've got a chair with a higher back, that probably would be useful. I'm a little tall. This chair is a little short for me, so I'm actually going to bring my legs just a little bit wider. Okay, so for the first one that we're going to do is an activation for the multifidus. We want to be able to use the chair to help stabilize us and start to get into activating the multifidus. Now, if you watch the one pose that you should do to regain your balance, the one exercise that you should do to regain your balance, you'll find that this is a really great practice. However, for some people, coming onto all fours is not very easy. It's a little bit challenging. So when we use the chair, this can actually reach a larger population of people. Now, is it as effective? That could be a whole conversation to have. However, the fact of the matter is, all we're trying to do is get those muscles working and improve that neuromuscular connection. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this a couple of different ways, but the first way is just kind of holding the chair, bring your leg back just a little bit. Now, the key here is not to start coming forward, because that's going to get away from what the intent of the pose is. So you want your body on one plane as much as possible, and then you're just pressing one leg away. Be careful not to bend the knee either, because that's also going to go away from the intention of the pose. And then come on down. And then do it again. So you definitely are going to balance on your right foot a little bit here, and then come on down. And do it again. But this time when you do it, if you can, bring your right arm up. So again, the body is on one plane, so don't come forward or back, just keep it on one plane, and then just press the leg and the arm back. And you probably will feel this a lot in your lower back. That is fantastic. That is what we want. We want to feel those lower back muscles working, okay? We're going to do it 2 more times with the left leg. Well, I'm on my left leg. Whatever leg you're on, we'll do it 2 more times. So bring the leg out, and then bring the other arm up. And just kind of stay there for a moment, and then come down. So it's really nice to use the chair as a way to balance here. Obviously, this chair is a little low for me. It would be better if I had a higher chair. So you probably have like a dining room chair with a higher back, which is going to be perfect for you. Let's do it one more time. Bring the leg out. Now, again, this is the first step. So if you're new to this, maybe balancing on one foot is really challenging. Just work with this and then bring it down. And if you can, do it with the arm and leg. Keep your body in one plane as much as possible, and then come on down. Let's do it on the other side now. So for the purpose of the camera, I'm actually going to turn around here, and so you can see me. And then you're going to bring the right leg out. So we'll just do the leg first, just so you can feel balance on the leg. On the opposite foot, you can feel the body in one plane here, and then come on down. Okay, so let's do it again. You're going to bring the right leg out. Nice. And just feel like the lower back muscles starting to engage, and then come back. Very good. So bring that leg out, and then if you want to, bring the other hand up. Again, be careful not to come forward. That's going to be your tendency because you think you've got to kick your leg out a little more. You're going to compensate by coming forward. But if you do that, you'll come away from the intent of what we're trying to do, which is to engage all these lower back muscles, specifically the multifidus, which is responsible for stability and movement, safe movement of the spine. So bring the leg out, bring the arm up. Nice. And then relax. And do it again. Very good. And then relax. And I'll do it a couple more times. Bring the leg out. And then relax. And then bring the leg out. Reach up. Remember not to lean forward or lean back. And then relax. And if that's too much with the hand, just remember that you can just use the leg, okay? So again, bring the leg out. And if you want to, bring the arm up. Okay, good. So we're gonna do a couple of more things here. The first thing that we're going to do is to do these knee lifts. And these knee lifts are just golden. They're just golden. The more you can do them, the better off you're going to be. Again, this does require some balance, but that's why we have the chair here, because you can lean on the chair for balance. So what I'd like you to do is just lift one knee up as high as possible and just hold it there. And keep this idea of squeezing the knee into the chest now, and then slowly back down. If that starts to hurt you, or if that starts to irritate or strain any muscles, instead of lifting the knee up as high as you can, just lift it to a comfortable place. Maybe only go to 75% for today. Okay, so just come a little lower. But if you do have it in your capacity, lift the knee up or squeeze it towards your chest and then slowly come down. And then do it again. Nice. And lift up the knee. And then slowly down. Again, try to be careful of not allowing your body to sway. This is going to be so great for you guys, because not only are you building strength and mobility in the hip flexors, but you're also starting to build other muscles, because anytime we start practicing standing balancing poses, we're immediately engaging our core muscles. We're building those up. So again, bring the left knee up, or whatever knee you're doing, and then slowly down, and then slowly up. And then slowly down. And let's do it on the other side now. So you're going to bring the other knee up. Very nice. Notice if there's a difference between the sides, and if one feels a little bit easier, and then slowly down, and then slowly bring it up. Very nice. Lift it up a little higher, and then slowly down. And then lift the knee up. Again, if it's too hard to kind of lift the knee up, as high as you can, then just maybe go to 75% or 50%. But you decide, but whatever you do is going to have a net positive effect on these hip flexors. All right. So then lift it up again. We'll do it a couple more times. And then slowly down. And then slowly up. And then slowly down. Really great job, you guys. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do here is what I often call is just knee bends, okay, or glute activation. So what you're gonna do is, again, using the chair for support, is you're gonna bend, I'll start with this leg because it's closer to the camera. So you're gonna bend that knee as much as you can and then press away. Now, I'm bringing that hand, so this is my right leg. I'm gonna bring my right hand to my glute and just kind of feel that glute engaging. So a lot of people, and then come on down, have problems sometimes with lying on the ground. Normally we would do this lying on the ground face down, but for some people that can actually cause irritation in their lumbar spines for whatever reason. So this is a great alternative for that. And again, we're using the chair. You can also use a wall. That can also be really nice. So bend the knee and then press away and see if you can feel that glute activating. And then slowly come on down and then bend the knee, press away. And then come on down. I have a confession to make. This is one that I do a lot, especially when I'm going out for walks in the park. Let's do it again as I'm talking. As I'm going out for walks in the park or going on long road trips, sometimes I'll stop the car part way and I'll just jump out of the car and just do this, because when the glutes aren't working properly, lower down, we'll do it one more time. Bend the knee and then press away. That when the glutes aren't working properly, you start to get pain in your lower back. And so this is just such a great little hack to do to turn the glutes back on. So let's actually, I'm gonna turn my body around. You don't have to flip yourself around. I'm just doing that so you can see my leg. So you're going to do the other side now. So bend that knee and then press away. Nice. Ooh, this side is a little harder to activate. See if we can turn it back on after the repetitions. So bend the knee. And again, I'm on my left side, so I'm gonna bring my left hand to the left glute here and just kind of see if I can feel it engaging, and then back down. And then do it again. Nice. Some of you are thinking, oh my God, I thought this was chair yoga. Don't worry, we're gonna be sitting down very soon. But I wanted to kind of get some of these standing postures out of the way. And using the chair here is just really nice. And the great thing is we're not down on the yoga mat. Like there's no yoga mat in sight, and we don't have to lie down. We don't have to be on the ground, which can sometimes for some people be very irritating on their joints. So pressing that away. The other great thing about this little sequence is it really comes into the whole philosophy of less is more. So bend that left knee, bring the left hand to the glute, and then just again, press away. Very nice. And great. So now, guess what? We're gonna get to sit down here. So let's come and sit down onto our chair. Yay! All right, so now that we're sitting down, let's do our practice here. So what I'd like you to do is actually hold the sides of the chair or hold the edges of the chair. Try to sit out a little bit here. So I'm actually gonna turn my chair around a little bit like this, so you can see me on the plane of my body. And the very first thing that we're gonna do is just lift the right knee up a little bit and then just see if you can straighten the leg. Now, if that's too much, then just come forward a little bit, straighten the leg, and then just see if you can lift it up a little bit off of the ground, okay? So this is just a great way to start engaging those hip flexors. So again, if you can, the first option is just right where you are, just straighten the leg, keep it lifted. If that's too much, lower the leg and engage the thigh, and then just lift up 1 or 2 inches or 3 or 4. Well, that's more than 4. And then slowly come down. So either way, whichever version you want to do, you're either coming from bent knee, straightening the leg, or you're coming down from the floor and lifting up. And we'll do this a couple more times, okay? So just holding it there, see if you can really feel that quad engage, and then come on down. Sit up as best as you can here. So I'm using my arms to lift up, lift the leg up, and then come on down, and then come on up, and come on down, and then come on up, and then come on down. And then let's change legs. So straighten out the other leg, or whatever variation you did on this leg, try and do the same on the other leg. However, you do have the options, okay? So I'm gonna just straighten my leg and do that option, and then lift up. Again, you can just start from a bent knee and straighten the leg, but be careful not to start rounding, okay? And then lower down. Okay, so from here, let's have the leg straight or the knee bent, and then lift up or straighten the leg. Remember to keep sitting as erect as possible, and then come on down. And then come on up. If you have it in your capacity, see if you can engage your core, and then come on down, and then come on up, and then come on down, and then come on up again, and then come on down. By doing these things, we start to begin to build that neuro connection between the brain and the muscles. It's really lovely. When you start to stand and you walk around afterwards, you're like, oh my God, I feel like I'm in my body. I feel like my body is doing what it's supposed to be doing. So what we're gonna do next here is some activation of the upper back muscles, which is really lovely. Just cross the arms. You're going to lift up, arch the back a little bit, twist a little to your right, and then lift up even more so. And so this is kind of getting into some of the upper back muscles. It's a great way to start working them a bit, and then come and relax. Please don't worry about how far you go. The fact that you're kind of moving a little bit and lifting up and then engaging, you're starting to wake up some of those muscles. I'm sure in many of you, some of those muscles have been asleep for a little while. So we're going to wake some of them up. As they wake up, we have more mobility in our life. And notice how easy it is. Like, think about who you know that's struggling with mobility, with movement, with stability. Maybe you can recommend this video to them because it's really accessible to a large group of people. Lift up, kind of arch the back a bit, turn a little to your right or a little bit more, and then arch back. Good. Now with my head, you can kind of bring the chin in a little bit, or just kind of slowly bring the head back a little bit. You don't want to like collapse on that because then you can't breathe. And then slowly come back and relax. Take a breath in and exhale. And then cross the arms, lift up the chest, rotate to the right, and then lift up. Breathe in deeply and exhale deeply. Inhale deeply and exhale, and then slowly come back. Nice. Let's do the other side now. So recross the arms. You're going to lift up, so arch, but now turn to your left and then lift up even more so. Nice. And then come back and relax. Isn't that wonderful? Do you guys feel your back muscles like starting to turn on and activate? Isn't that like really cool? So cross the arms again. You're going to lift up, turn a little to your left, and then arch as much as you can, comfortably, of course. Keep both of the buttocks on the chair. So sometimes as you're doing this, you might notice the right buttocks coming off the chair. Keep it down. Another way of saying that is ground through both sit bones and then come back. Okay, let's do it one more time. So arch, twist, and then arch some more. Nice. And it always helps to turn the corners of your mouth upwards and then come back. And let's just take a couple of deep breaths here. Inhale deeply and exhale deeply. And I'm gonna turn my chair around and face you guys. So the next thing that we're gonna do is a beautiful, nice twist. Now for this one, I'm gonna bring the feet just a little bit more forward, sit up really well, kind of take your hands to your shoulders, and then you're going to twist to one side as much as you can. So just twist to one side. This is just such a great way to start waking up the spinal rotators, and this is going to help you improve your flexibility and mobility a lot. Inhale, come back to center, lift up the chest, kind of arch the back a little bit, and then exhale and twist to your side. Whatever side you did last time, we're gonna twist to the same side a few times. And then come back to center. Big breath in, exhale, slowly twist to the side, same side. Nice. And by the way, I'm saying nice to myself right now because I'm noticing I just picked up some range of motion and my mobility is improving. Inhale, come back to center, lift up, and then exhale and twist. Nice. And then come back to center, lift up through the heart, and then exhale and twist to the same side. And then come back to center. Great. Lift up through the chest and heart, and then twist. Very good. Okay, so from here, what we're gonna do is just lower the hands down just for a moment, take a deep breath in, and exhale out. Notice how you feel in your body. That's so important here. Recross the arms, lift up, and then twist to the other side. Come back to center, lift up through the chest, and then exhale and twist. Come back to center, lift up through the chest and heart, and then exhale and twist. Try to keep both heels of the feet grounded down onto the floor. I would even say press down mildly through the heels of your feet. Come back to center, lift up through the chest, and then exhale and twist. Very good. Nice, my friends. And then come back again. And you don't have to necessarily lift the elbows. The elbows are a guide for your chest. So see if you can lift the chest and then exhale and twist. Press down a little bit more through the heels of the feet. That'll start to activate some of the muscles in your hamstrings and your calf muscles, and also to stabilize the hips. And then come back and let's relax the arms. Some of the questions sometimes is it important to lift the elbows or how high you should? I would say that it is somewhat important to lift the elbows because as you lift your elbows, there's usually a cue for you to create a little bit of arch in your thoracic spine. And that's what we're kind of going for here. The next, what we're going to do is just cross your arms, but let the hands come to the opposite elbows and let the elbows just drop here. But I do want you to keep lifting up. This is going to be a nice side bend now. So squeeze your right shoulder to the right hip bone. Be careful not to bring the shoulder out in that direction or you're going to fall off your chair. And I don't want you to fall off your chair. So all you're going to do is just work within your own capacity and own range of motion. Just bring the shoulder to that hip bone. Feel like you're squeezing a Coke can there. come back up. And exhale and come back over. And feel like you're squeezing a Coke can. What you're actually doing is working all of the lateral obliques on the side that you're bending into. And come back up. And then exhale, come over to the side. And inhale, come back up. Again, shoulder to hip bone, guys. Exhale, shoulder to hip bone. Squeezing. Don't worry about how far you go. Please be more interested in how much are you squeezing that Coke can. Come back up. And exhale back over to the side. Nice. And then come back up. And exhale, come over to the side. Very good. Inhale back up. And then just exhale, relax the arms just for a moment. Take a deep restorative breath in. And exhale out. Inhale in. And exhale out. Very nice. Now bring the hands to your elbows, lift the chest and heart, and exhale, bring your shoulder to the hip bone. Very good. Inhale, back up, and exhale, come over. Now, one of the things that I notice, and you might notice the same, is that I'm not coming over as far on this side as I was on this side when I was finishing the last round. So I'm noticing that maybe some of my side bending muscles on this side are not waking up. So just notice that as the more reps you do, the more those muscles start to work. And then squeeze the shoulder into the hip. And then come back up. And exhale back over. And then inhale back up. Try and take full deep breaths. Exhale, come back over. Beautiful. And then come back up. We'll do it one more time. And exhale, come back over. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, relax the hands to the knees. So we're going to kind of just do a play on of the side bending. What I want you to do is just have the hands to the sides. Now, before we do this, make sure that you're grounded into the heels of your feet. The hip bones are squeezing into the midline, and that both sit bones or glute muscles or glutes or buttocks is on the chair. And all I want you to do is exhale, come to one side with the arms down, try and reach for the floor, but you don't have to touch the floor, just reach for it. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, other side. Inhale, back up. Exhale, other side. Inhale, back up. And exhale, other side. Inhale, back up. And exhale, other side. Inhale, back up. And exhale, other side. Inhale, back up. We'll do it one more time each side, friends. Exhale, other side. Inhale, back up. And exhale, other side. And then come back up. Rest your hands on your knees. Take a deep restorative breath. And exhale out. Isn't this fun? It's fun to be able to feel the different ways that we can move the body, no matter what stage in our own evolutionary process we are, that we always have that capacity within us to move our bodies and find ways to wake up the muscles, to reconnect our muscles to our brain, that neuromuscular connection. So namaste, my friends, and have a super wonderful day. Continue doing chair yoga.